Dun-dun-dun-dun.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another folk in
Glastonbury
Scotland.
has Glastonbury.
Yes.
Nebworth has Nebworth. Where is Nebworth?
Don't know.
Festivals.
I think it's in the name.
Stuff.
Okay.
Dundee has Dundee Dance Festival. Lycra. Skid marks up the back. Pissing in lanes.
Yes.
Closes. Vomit. Human turds. You should see the state of Dundee on Monday morning. Fuck, it was bad enough. It's just...
One of the greatest things I've ever seen.
Oh.
Just a short time ago, it was during the lockdowns, the Scottish Dance Theatre, they all do, the contemporary dance.
Oh no, this is dance music.
But hold on. I'm just going to go, I'm going to take a sidestep because it reminded me.
Okay.
You'll love this. They thought, how are we going to bring joy to the people?
Oh no.
Let's take contemporary dance to street
street.
corners in schemes. How they got out alive, I'll never know. You should see the videos. If you want to see the funniest thing you've ever seen in your life, look at the Scottish Dance Theatre Twitter. It's the funniest thing.
Do you remember a few years ago, this fucking naive twat from the art school? There was a traveller community down in Riverside.
Yes, the horses chased me.
And she said, oh, they're being persecuted because they're great people. Now, there's bad travellers, there's good travellers.
I was persecuted. I had to really cycle fast.
They're like everybody else. But this naive woman thought, she immediately, without looking into the facts, said, I've got to go down and help these people.
Okay.
What they need is compassion and love. That's what they're giving me. They don't get that from their own family. They need some stranger to give it to them.
Of course.
So she went away down and they basically said, fuck off. And they said, here you go. And she'd made them a little basket full of soaps and can stuff you'd need a bath for.
Yeah.
So they could swim in the tea. But when they left, after leaving all the PVC rubbish everywhere, here's their little basket with all the shit in it. They just threw it out. Threw it away.
Isn't that
But the Dundee
patronising?
dance thing, I remember getting off a bus once and going up beside the art school, and here's these two lasses, chunky girls, really tight lycra,
But keen.
whistles around their necks. And it wasn't a whistling noise it was making, there was a pishing noise because the two of them were peeing against the wall. And as I walked past, they went, ladies.
Ladies.
And it never even stopped the stream. They just kept on
that
going.
doesn't bother them.
Kept on going.
That was like the
Awful.
girl that was taking a shit in my path that
Oh.
time. She crimped it because she's classy.
Classy.
And she goes, sorry, mister.
Oh, sure.
Sorry, mister. I just got caught short, mister. Listen, as a way of an apology, can I buy you a drink?
Oh, wonderful.
So,
What's one of those black drinks you get? It's the Sheridans.
what's that?
That's an appropriate drink to buy if somebody's caught you taking a shite. My granny used to drink it. It's in a bottle. It's a 2-part bottle.
Oh, right.
And one of it's a black liquid and
Oh,
one's
yeah.
white. So it forms like a kind of mini Guinness look.
A frothy shit look.
A frothy shite look. I ate all the chicken in Dundee last night. Crispy chicken.
Okay.
Munchie box. And I stuffed my fat fucking face.
Oh, dude, it's not good.
And then after I'd stuffed my fat face, I realised I had too much milk left because this morning's milk glass bottle delivery day. And I'm like, fuck, I've got like 3 pints of milk left. So I thought,
Didn't.
I'd better just drink
You
it.
didn't.
So I just drank it. I had a pint of oat milk and some cereal. And then 2 pints of milk.
Dude.
And I woke up about 3 in the morning and I'd regurgitated appeared to have been feathers and some beak. And it was like, it's like H.R. Geiger's alien had like jizzed into my mouth. The acidic, I've never had
Dude.
reflux like
Right,
it.
okay.
The reflux.
I don't know what's happening here
Uh-huh.
because what you're talking about is what the show's about.
Oh my God.
I don't know how you've done this. This happens every time.
Hive mind.
Okay, now I'm going to have to say we're going to come back to that very much.
Well, it keeps coming back. That's the problem.
I don't want to hear about it or see it.
If I make a face, it's
I'll
'cause
just look
someone's
away.
Just look away.
Right.
It's not. It's like a bile.
That's just you've overdone it.
It's the colour of a
You've
cock.
simply overdone
It's the
it.
colour of a cock's comb.
If you went to a doctor right now, they've said
You've overindulged.
you've overdone it.
If I was a Roman, I would have taken a little pinch of powdered glass.
Powdered glass.
The vomitorium.
Vomitorium means exit.
Yeah.
It's not. It doesn't. It's not where you wet disputes. Where you leave the.
Oh,
I just okay.
Okay, Claudius.
I'm just saying.
Okay, Claudius.
I'm just correcting you.
Okay, Claudius.
I don't mean to.
You do realise
What?
the Romans shared a fucking butt sponge, don't you?
But I had vinegar on it.
A vinegary
Ooh,
butt
ooh,
sponge.
spicy.
You sat next to. I wouldn't have liked to share an arse sponge with Russell Crowe, would you?
Oh,
Can
the
you imagine?
Smell. It would smell of meat.
And he'd put it right up there. And
Yeah, see,
stir
now,
it
I've
about.
said this. I've said this before. You're all sitting with your mates. You're all having a shite. You're used to it. You're not embarrassed. I
No.
wouldn't like it, but this is what you do. But you go, there's Tom again. And Tom, look, we've all got to use it. Why don't I see the sponge anymore? It's right up there. Out it comes. And he goes, there you go, Derek.
It's like
Derekus.
It's
There
like
you
a
go, Derekus.
It's like a chimney sweep.
Oh, you'd be fucking hell. There's lumps in it.
What's his name? Dick Van Dyke.
Dick Van Dyke.
Just kidding. Mary Poppins. Chimney.
That's what it's
Just
all about.
sponging
That's
your
what it's
arsehole.
about, sponging it. Now, I don't mean to frighten you,
Ah,
but I think this podcast
ah.
may change the world.
Oh, Jesus.
I become a bit obsessed
It's
with that
needing change.
Brian Johnson. Do you know who's trying to make himself younger and
Oh,
younger?
I hate that guy.
He's
it's,
weird.
It's failed.
I've noticed he says, "Oh, I'm doing that better than my son. I'm doing that better than my son." I think he's just going through a midlife crisis because he's seen
there's
his
a
mortality.
Popped up on Netflix, and it's one of these trashy American shows, but it's like he's Mr. like fucking collectibles, the king of collectibles.
Okay.
And it's just him and his ghastly shitpot family and his shite employees. And they're selling like Babe Ruth's knickers for like
Yeah.
£1 million. If it's utterly fake.
Yeah. Yeah.
The guy that's in charge of that, Geflin or Gerlin, I don't know his name, but he's clearly 75, but he's on the growth hormones,
Yeah.
and the hair's dyed, and he stands in a funny posture. It's weird.
It's like the one who really scares me, Danny Elfman at the moment.
I've not seen him in a long time.
Danny Elfman, how do you remember him? Ginger
He's an
hair,
ugly bastard.
like, yeah, ugly,
Yes.
skinny. Have you seen him now?
No, pecs.
He's
and shit.
bigger than a bodybuilder. He's full tattoos all
Yeah,
over his
yeah,
body,
right,
but like weird ones.
Yeah,
Dyed ginger hair and like 2% body fat, so he looks like a scary doll.
buccal fat removal.
Everything, yeah, but he's had it in his elbows. He's got dips and
If you're an ugly
valleys where you
bastard,
shouldn't.
there's nothing you can
Just
do.
let it-
just let it go.
He's like
man.
in his 70s now or
I
something.
watched though last night a documentary about
Okay.
what's his name, Karl Lagerfeld.
All right, okay.
If you get the chance to watch it, it's on BBC iPlayer. It's up. What a charming individual. He
I've
was
heard some negative things about him.
well to the people he had around. He was nice to.
Okay.
If you liked you, he liked you, and he was nice to his like extended family and Choupette the cat.
Oh, and the
But
cat
he was
gets
just
everything.
a guy. He left 200 million, which is all in
To the
problems.
cat.
No, he didn't. He didn't do it. He left
Oh.
it even better than that. He had like a bodyguard and two male models
Oh,
who he just basically, I think they got 30% each of his
oh,
fortune.
wonderful.
But like they were nominally straight. Well, two of them. One guy had a family and everything, but they were his muses,
Oh, fair enough.
and he would just photograph them.
I'd leave all my money to my
I think
cat.
he was sexless, Lagerfeld. I don't think he actually had sex with anybody.
Right.
But he just he this is the nuts thing. He spent in a bookshop every year £500,000. A Parisian
Goodness.
bookshop. And the women said he was their number one customer.
Yeah.
He wasn't how you get wealthy people who buy like books by the foot to make
Yeah,
themselves look
yeah.
smart. Not Lagerfeld, he fucking read that shit. They said they were in this massive bookshop and the women said, this bookshop contains 30,000 books and it's more books than you've seen in your life.
Right.
She says Karl Lagerfeld's private collection was 300,000
Oh
books.
my goodness.
He had 10 times more than this
Can you
bookshop.
read that? Can you read it?
He never went out. He stayed in with the cat and worked. Fascinating guy.
That kind of sounds like heaven, to be honest.
Oh, it does, yeah.
I'll
but
give
he's-
that a go.
He's flat. He would change everything. He said, I hate the company. I can't do that. Accent. I hate the company of old people. Or he liked young people. And he said, if nostalgia, he said, if you're thinking that yesterday was better than today, Go hang yourself.
Oh, I like them. I
Yeah,
like that.
yeah, yeah.
That's good advice.
Move forward all the time.
Yeah, I like that.
But he got really fat
Oh, that's not moving
because
us
his
forward
boyfriend
fast.
split up with him, and then he lost all the weight, and then he just used to go about in the jeans. It was fucking.
I felt
kind
his
of the
collars held all the skin in.
Yeah, well,
I
there's
felt that
maybe
was
an
going on.
element of that, but he claimed that he lost weight through just like eating little bits of soup. He liked currywurst. He would eat 10 currywursts.
Oh,
in the
right,
fat.
okay.
He said he careful dietitian came on board and helped him. He'd obviously got one of his stomach stapled. I know
So-
somebody had that done.
Oh, how'd it go?
Saggy,
Oh,
very saggy.
very saggy. But the weight's gone.
Yeah, well, not all of it. Some
You can put the weight back
some
on again,
stubborn.
can't you?
you can if you eat a lot of soup.
Yeah, you've just got to keep
Eating soup, liquidize.
persistent. So,
Right.
this show may change the world.
Okay, let's hear it.
I
You
spent-
promised this before,
I've spent
maybe 3 or 4 times.
no. This time it's for real, right? This time you can't fault it, because watching Brian Johnson, and he's spending $2 million a year. He's measured all the time. He lifts
60
his
tablets per day.
100 tablets per day.
Fuck.
And hold on, he's got to work out a certain amount of time. He's got to he breathe at a certain time. It's miserable, and he looks terrible.
Uh-huh.
When you look at him, you use your eyes and you go, he looks like shit.
Uh-huh.
That
Can I look him up?
that's not
Now,
Brian Johnson. Wait, is that
why
you
did
getting turned up?
Suddenly you
Oh no, that's me.
turned
I
on, yeah.
turned up the wrong
I see
one.
this, Brian
I'm a bit
Johnson.
quiet. That's
Is he
what
a
was wrong.
Y or an I?
It's a Y, and he
Is he a stone or a stone?
Stone, and he wants young hair, so he dyes it chestnut brown.
So he steals some people's hair.
It's-
But that would
it's-
age him. That ages you.
Honestly, you look at him 5 years ago, he's a young man, and now he looks horrific. But he says, I'm as fit as anything. I'm measured and everything. His life
Well,
is
it's
just
like
in
people
millimeters.
who are athletes, like endurance athletes. They look bloody awful.
So he's doing all this.
Eh,
You're about to find a picture of him. It's going to be horrific.
I can't.
And you
see
you
him.
got him. You'll get him.
Which one of these men is him?
None of them.
Oh,
Put in Brian Johnson reverse aging,
that's
and
easy.
that'll get to it right away.
Have
so-
you been following this regime?
Yeah, no, you can't. I need $2 million a year.
Oh,
It's impossible. He looks like skinned chicken. You found him. I
What's
could tell
going
by
on
your
with his-
face. Yeah, his face is terrible. He has like 3-4% body
what's
fat.
going on with that skin?
Oh, that's a thing they put on him. It's a thing they put on him, and he's left all bruised and marked, and he does this every day.
I
And
mean, a thing they put on
it's
him.
a weird thing. It's like he gets electric shocks. He gets all sorts of stuff. Right, but I figured that
What's
out.
that shit about?
Yeah, it's really
Is he,
really
is, he,
strange.
is he a straight guy?
I don't know. He's an odd person though.
The
Very
fuck's
odd.
this picture?
Yep, that's it. Now look at him a few years earlier.
Oh, yeah. He's aged himself.
Aged himself terribly. So
Ugh, it's these fucking tech people are
that's what he is.
always-
He's loaded, doesn't know do his money. He's having a midlife crisis.
Yeah.
He feels his son's replacing him. This is one of the things.
in the business or just
No, just in life. This is this crisis he's having. I'm sure of it. Now, I spent almost 15 minutes researching this.
I thought you said £15. I thought you
15 minutes. There's no money involved. Your heart can
I know
start
what you're
again.
like.
And I figured out
Uh-huh.
how to not reverse aging,
No.
but to last for a long time. I actually know how to extend your life beyond what you would normally
Don't
expect.
leave the house.
No. Simple answer.
Yakult.
People, when they get old, local TV, I'll go and visit them. They'll say, you're 102, Jeannie.
Just lie about your age.
And they'll go like that. And Jeannie's there, looking like an
What's
old...
the secret of living long?
Yes!
Yeah.
Now, no one's ever collated them and put them into a list.
No, they say shite though.
Wait, no. Hold on.
Because they're demented by that stage.
No. 104-year-old Scotsman said this. Eat a Snickers bar for every breakfast and chew it 47 times.
That's
Right.
like Madonna does shit like that.
Hold on. 100-year-old Italian woman. Never
Spaghetti.
smoke more than 10 cigarettes before lunch. Right? Listen, this will change your life.
You know, already.
What?
already in this short time you've been listing these.
Yeah, there's no flaws.
No, all it is, they're genetically prepositioned to like live longer.
No. I've
There's
beat it.
some people can smoke and it has no ill effects. It's just if you get to live to 105, you get to live to 105 unless you get hit by
listen.
a bus.
I'm going to beat it because I'll show you how.
Okay.
100-year-old American women don't overdrink but always have a shot of whiskey or two before bed.
No, but to the next person that would kill them.
Hold on. No. Because wait. You have to wait to see how this works. 100-year-old English women never lend money and never smoke your cigars in polite company or no more than 12 cigars per day. Right? 101-year-old English women never eat anything out of a colourful packet. Right? 100-year-old Indonesian women never smoke more than 60 cigarettes per day. Right? 100-year-old Scots women, half a bottle
If you notice,
of
it's
whiskey.
mainly women.
Men don't make it.
No, women live longer. There you
Right.
go. So, if you've got good genetics and you're a woman, you'll live longer.
No.
Okay.
I took these. I
You
put them into a computer. I
Super-
collated them.
A supercomputer or a computer. Okay.
But I just wrote them down.
Okay.
But here's what happens.
Uh-huh.
For breakfast, have a Snickers, 10 cigarettes, 2 cigars, chew it 47 times. For lunch, start on the whiskey, 20 cigarettes and only 2 cigars. Dinner, more whiskey, 20 cigarettes, 4 cigars. Supper, even more whiskey, 20 cigarettes and 2 cigars. No colourful packets, and at no point through the day lend money.
Yeah, so as I said earlier, their genetics mean they get to live for a long
No.
time.
Anyone can just take what I've said and live like that, and you'll get to 120.
Clearly not. 'Cause
Also,
that's Dundonian. That's how Dundonians live,
Canadians live. That's
and they
it,
live to 60 if they're lucky.
if you're lucky. Also, they said, don't worry about what others think. Be nice and hate more family members.
Well, the thing about that's convenient because a lot of old people, they spend their morning just looking through the obituaries.
That's all they do.
And
yeah.
old fuckers, if you live to 110,
hmm
you'll outlive your own
Everyone's
children.
gone. Everyone's gone.
gone. Your entire age group is gone. All your contemporaries are gone. All your family members are gone. There's a good chance you'll outlive your grandchildren.
Isn't that unbelievable?
It's not meant to happen.
Right.
The oldest man in Japan,
Mm-hmm.
he was 110, something like that.
Yeah.
His hair his hair had went completely white.
Mm-hmm.
His hair then started to come in black again. I think it's a cut. I think if he can get to 200,
Right.
it just resets. Benjamin Buttons.
Right. I think so too.
But he's a third set of teeth started to grow in.
See, this is what happens with those
We
goldfish.
need to push it.
Not goldfish, jellyfish.
Yeah.
Now,
Push
here, the previous oldest man in Japan,
Mm-hmm.
right, said, God, he's 120. The
a lie.
Prime Minister was going to visit him, and the family went, shite, he died when he was 80, and they were getting his pension all these years.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah.
That happened in Greece a lot as well.
So, my girlfriend's listening to this, because I'm phoning her, going, I've figured out the secret of
Okay.
life. She goes, 1, why? 2, she goes, you've missed something. And I went, what's that? She goes, all these people have said they do this every day without fail. Consistency. If you're going to smoke 80 cigarettes a day, you know what kills you? Cutting back to 40.
Having a day off.
You've got
Well,
to...
my auntie did smoke like a lum, but then she stopped smoking and her health took a turn. She said she was always she started to get colds and that.
This is what happens.
No, but that's no true. No, it's clearly
Hold on.
bollocks.
I mean, you're saying it's bollocks and stuff like that.
Clearly,
But I'm finding evidence, scientific evidence. I wrote
these
it down.
people are not reliable.
I feel they are. They're 100 odd years old.
Have you ever met? Remember when Blind Date used to do the old people specials?
Yeah.
There's nothing
I didn't
worse
like it.
in a bumptious old person.
Oh. That's the way I'm going to be.
Ken, there was a guy for Dundee on it once, and he was just the worst person, like 80-year-old
Oh.
dapper bastard. He was awful.
But I
Have some
bet, I
self-respect.
bet he drinks a lot. 40 years later, he's
I
still
don't think he
alive.
does. No, but the thing is, as much as they say that, not really. A lot of these old fuckers, like, they don't indulge.
Mm.
I bet they'll have had quite frugal. Kind of like people's health, they said, British health was never better than during the Second World War.
That's right.
But
yeah.
how miserable.
It was miserable, but it was better.
You lived longer
Yeah.
in your misery. Thanks very much. I'd rather enjoy myself and live out like 10 years less. You know what I mean?
Isn't that amazing, though? I've figured out the secret to existing forever.
Oh. I saw a thing on Ruby Wax was on some island. I watched very briefly.
Uh-huh.
So Ruby Wax, I used to like some of her interviews she used to do with people. But she's obviously not wanted to go into one of these I'm a Celebrity shows because there's other people stealing her thunder.
Yeah,
So
okay.
she's just done a show like that, but just herself. It
Mm.
just seemed the worst thing. But just imagine being stuck on an island with Ruby Wax.
I wouldn't.
Her like
Want
analysing
that.
herself. She's like 90 or something. She's just analysing herself.
Oh, that's.
Oh,
If you ever watch Whitney Cummings and you watch her
she
podcast, all she talks about is her psychology and herself.
I'm
And,
not a fan of her, are they?
no, she's just.
No,
she's
but that's
seems
that
really
LA
awful.
therapy talk shit.
But she talks like she's a therapist now because she's been going to a therapist 4 times a day for the last 20 years. Maybe go to another therapist.
Oh no, there's
She can analyse you now, you
this
know.
therapist. There's a show, a podcast called My Favourite Murder,
Mhm.
and it's kind of true crime thing. But the two lasses that do it, it's like someone Hard Stark and Karen Kilgareth, but they're very funny women.
Okay.
It's the model that a lot of people copy. The
Okay.
true crime things, it tends to be these two lasses, but they don't have their wit, so it never works. But they just go on about their therapy all the time. They're going to therapists multiple times a week. That's hundreds of pounds.
Well, the thing is, if you're going to therapists like that all the time and it never ends, you're not getting anything fixed.
No, you're never fixing anything. You just, what, do you go to the therapist because you had a bad day? You've encountered someone else you didn't like and you just discuss it? You might as well go into a darkened, padded room and scream.
Is
I
it-
think that's as
You know
productive.
what? I think that's probably as good.
Yeah.
But in all seriousness, I mean that it's probably as good just to
Yeah.
get the anxiety out. But
Just start nuisance phone calling people. That's what I
aren't you
do.
meant to get resolution? I know you do that, and that's illegal. But
Aye.
you're meant to get resolution to things,
I'd give
good or bad.
What you should do is just pick some random person and start sending them mail.
You do that too much, though.
But just not threatening stuff, but just weird stuff. I'd like to get really strange mail. Would you? Say some.
Be careful. Be careful what you're saying.
No, you know.
Be careful.
I don't know my address.
Be careful.
The no, what I mean, if someone really whimsical appeared,
Yeah,
like a fucking clue.
a clue.
Remember that guy with the wonky eye?
You're
he'd
looking for adventure.
He had a book back in the day, and he hid a golden rabbit.
Mm-hmm.
Remember that guy?
Do you know who
Remember
found it?
It was a
His
production-
fucking wife.
No, I don't think it was his wife. It was
Wasn't his
somebody-
wife?
No, it was somebody to do with that was involved with the publisher or something.
Beautiful book.
They're wonderful books.
Beautiful
yeah.
book, yeah. I remember it was on Blue
Ye-
Peter and
yeah,
everything.
Blue Peter, just this hand drawn
Mhm.
wonderfulness,
Wonderful
just
thing.
mystical, wild.
In a very curvy moon-looking
yeah.
rabbit
I wish
with
people
bits
did
hanging.
more of that. There's that. The closest Dundee does is that geocache. I stumbled upon a geocache.
I like geocaching.
Don't be stupid. I stumbled upon a geocache accidentally in Dundee once, and it was the biggest pile of shit I've ever seen.
Oh, it's usually
I
crap.
took
innit?
a shite in the box.
Of course you did. What I like to do
Ah.
for people,
Mhm.
I've told you this before, the Camperdown golf course, one of the holes at the bottom was a blind shot. So you had to aim towards this white post and it would go over the hill. If I was ever up there, I'd just wait for 5 minutes, a ball would come over, I'd run out, grab it, stick it in the hole, run back in and just watch.
But you know what you've done?
What?
That person's had a hole in one, so they have to then pay money.
That's correct.
So you fucked them.
And it was really strange because sometimes they would go back up
Take
to the thing. I know, and there's like 25 people had a hole in one. And they're like, what the fuck is going on?
I was once.
It got known as the luckiest hole in Scotland. Now,
that
that
not
said about a
Susan?
lot of people.
I remember once when my kids were wandering through the golf course, and here's
Mm-hmm.
what are they called, the bunkers,
Yeah.
full of sand, and here's arse cheeks and feet marks.
Oh,
So
wonderful.
somebody'd been rid on the golf course.
Oh, how sensual.
I told you I was in a
The
pub in
sand.
Dundee once, and this couple started fucking on a pinball machine.
What?
It was busy as fuck, packed, and everybody's going about.
What's that smell?
But quite discreetly, and when they were done,
Just that was it.
there was jizz and juice, and
Oh,
juice,
jizz and
on-
juice.
jizz and juice, just in the
Barkeep, 2 jizzes and juices, please.
jizz and juice,
Oh.
jizz and juice. Going for a coffee and I
don't like
would
it.
get mentioned the coronation.
Oh, why?
I'm fucking appalled. This country's lost its mind.
It's crazy.
There was a woman this
They're all kind
morning.
of loving it.
She's out in a fucking. She's out in a fucking tent queuing already. And they said, how was that? Oh, it was cold. It wasn't very comfortable. You're like, you stupid bitch.
Yeah,
The journalist she just said, you stupid bitch.
Are you a fucking idiot?
Are you a
Are you ill? Do you need assistance?
Do you do realise if you were fucking ill, you'd struggle to get help.
Yeah.
But if one of them swallows a fishbone, they fucking get helicoptered to the Switzerland. it's the thing. What the BBC are doing is it's all the money this is going to make. They're in a place that makes a royal memorabilia,
Yeah.
and the person had sent there. Oh, I love it, and I would have. I'd love to be a journalist. Imagine you were like a deep. You were like a deep agent. What do you call them?
Deep throat.
Not deep throat. A kind of sleeper agent.
Oh, a sleeper agent.
You'd worked your way up to a position of respectability within the corporation, and they gave you all the real kind.
Yeah.
We've decided, go on. You're 20 years. You've been flawless. We're going to give you the fucking coronation to do the voiceover, and you just lose your fucking.
Oh, you just go mental.
You just say you fucking rat bags.
Oh, it'd be great.
Can you start smashing stuff?
I'll be honest with you. That's
It's
a lot
worth
of work.
But it would be worth
It's
it.
a lot of work.
Would it be worth it?
I don't know.
You're like a Dimbleby.
Just go mental.
Well, this David Dimbleby, they had him on the tee, and they said, "What prime ministers do you like? Because you've been around since all these prime ministers." And he said, "You know somebody I really liked." He says, "I really like David Cameron." And I thought, you fucking absolute
Jesus.
establishment coothy bastard.
Well, the thing is, what I love about the BBC for years, they've been correcting people who say this is a government, this is a state channel. That's absolute nonsense. This is a public channel. But as it turns out, recently we'll find out it's completely government, and they're all supporting the government, and it's all that. Oh, it's just nonsense.
They're not. It's worse than them being. They're not about any government in particular. The BBC, they're just about the state.
Mm-hmm.
There's a difference. You know what I mean? They're
State
about
television,
the establishment.
yes.
They want everything to be exactly the same. They were going on about tradition. And
It's a very
the royal
conservative
families.
view.
Watch Frankie Boyle's thing.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah.
So BBC One was appalling. And I'm going
it.
through the channels, and I thought, what the fuck? I went on to Channel 4, and Channel 4 I'd seen bits of it. It's the Windsors, and it's Harry Enfield as Prince Charles.
Right, okay.
It's kind of ridiculous,
Mhm.
but it's so caustic. Fucking hell.
Is it good?
They're all morons.
Right.
But then Frankie Boyle comes on after, and he's going on about petrol bomb and stuff. I was like, fucking, the Daily Mail must have lost its mind.
Oh, wonderful.
Because there's no Republic. Remember Flella Benjamin?
I know what you're about to say, yeah.
But you think
Establishment.
you fucking establishment stooge.
Establishment.
I know who's going to be at the coronation.
Yeah.
Gary Barlow,
Of
100%.
Of course.
Anton fucking Deck, you know they'll be
Oh,
there.
but they're...
Cliff Richard.
I
will
don't
be
think they have affiliations. They're just hers.
there. Aye,
They'll just do whatever. So
they
yeah.
want the knighthood,
Yeah, they're
but
just...
they've both got to get it. But they can't both get it because one of them was a drunk driver,
That's right.
so that makes it more difficult. And one's not going to get with Beckham will be there.
Oh, he's
'cause-
dying for it.
Oh,
That Peaky Blinders cunt. He's
I
dying for
hate
it.
that cunt. Do you?
Yeah, he...
And he's kind of worst thing he did, jizz. His jizz juice.
Just...
Because his children are fucking, I despise. There's Nepo babies and there's that fucker. He was like, the guy thinks he's a chef. He'll fry a Ginster's burger and go,
Now, hold on.
it's
I'm going to
despicable.
defend him. And do you want to know why?
Why?
I don't think he's right.
Oh, you don't?
I don't think he's the full shilling. I
No?
really don't. Look at his eyes.
You think he's a bit dumb?
There's just something no right, and I don't think I don't want to pick on him because he's like, look, I made a burger,
All right, okay.
and
Aye.
you know, I think there's
I
a bit
don't
of that.
know. I just think he's so corseted in his entire life.
He has the nepo baby eyebrows. that
He's
always
never
like that.
encountered a sharp edge in his life.
Yes.
So he's just, everybody's got scars, not him.
Yeah.
Just his skin's unblemished, and he just goes through everything's cotton wool, and he just thinks, well, my mum and dad are famous for doing next to fuck all, so I can
And
be
it's- he
famous for
could do
doing
it.
next to fuck all.
It's very strange.
Oh, it's despicable. But he's married one of the richest heiresses in America,
Yeah.
who's got a brand new face. People go, Bonnie girl.
Oh
she's
no,
not.
she's just rich.
She's not Bonnie.
You
at
see her a
all.
few years ago, normal girl,
Just a normal person.
and now she's got this face.
face, brand new face.
Amazing.
I hope they have children, and the children are really ugly.
Well, the
Because
children.
Beckham, I suppose, is a good-looking lad. His wife's weird, but the children all look like the wife.
Yeah, they do. They've
Yeah,
got
it's
that,
like
yeah.
the Bruce Willis syndrome.
all the,
The one good
chins.
thing is, I suppose you'll forget his faces of his daughters, which will be a blessing. Because they're awful. A blessing. That moment you go, who are you? Who are these? Who are these very plain women?
These ugly
Those are your
fellas.
children, Bruce.
Oh, I forgot again.
I forgot again. It's fine. Bruce has never been happier. He loves getting together with the family these days.
Oh,
dear.
God. Right,
Oh,
so I
aye.
continued my research
Into everlasting life.
into everlasting life. Things around the
Never-ending
world
story. Aye,
that
okay.
work, that make you young.
Tapeworms.
Leeches.
That,
Demi Moore.
Demi Moore, did she leech it?
She uses them
Snails.
to clean the blood.
Snails.
But they just take blood out of
They
you.
just take
They
blood.
don't take bad blood.
No, that's
they
what they
do,
did. They did it in medieval times.
You can get places. There's a place in Dundee you can go and get leeching done.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
You know what
the
happened?
only time
Uh-huh.
leech, I've heard the leech stuff work,
Mm-hmm.
is if you have a cauliflower ears.
Oh, takes the
Yeah.
the crusty blood
I think I've heard that happening.
Well, what happened a few years ago is
You ever been bitten by a big leech?
no,
Medicinal
I
leech?
tried to get them.
I did. My
in the
degree
jungle,
show
but-
had a big glass jar full
Mhm.
of leeches, and I bought. It came from a medicinal leech supplier down in
Okay,
England.
right.
They breed them in these big lagoons. Never mind.
Medicinal.
So they show up in a polystyrene box, and they're in these containers, and I'm like, fucking wow, because they swim. It's like they're
Oh, they're
beautiful,
insane. Yeah,
beautiful.
They're amazing.
Just incredible animals. So I was taking them out and transferring them into another thing, and one of them got me in the finger,
Mm-hmm.
and I was like fascinated by it, and I just went like that, and from being like that, it just swelled up, and you could feel it just slowly sucking out your blood, and when it was finished, it just dropped off. So I took it and popped it in the jar with others. This is when it
Yeah.
got horrific. The others knew it was full of blood, so they all
Attached it.
attached themselves
Oh, that's
onto it.
amazing. No, I've seen them. I mentioned
Oh, I've
this
seen them.
before.
I've seen them in
The rain on you.
yeah.
And then if you would go past the bush, all the bush, they're all sticking out.
That's the wee ones.
It's incredible.
ones, yeah.
Incredible. It's really cool.
Incredible.
So she uses them to clean the blood.
Yeah,
and
okay.
She's in her 60s now and looks like in her
She's-
60s.
No, she looks like she's been teak varnished.
Yeah, there's something going on.
It's angry tits.
Very. Do you remember there was that powerful moment in striptease where she rips her shirt open,
It's
it's her
just- they
tits,
don't
and
move.
everyone went, "Whoa!" It's not
That
good.
film is so trashy. It's great. Burt Reynolds.
Burt Reynolds is great.
The
but,
boots full of. Come on, Burt Reynolds is really good in that film.
urine baths. It makes
Your
wrinkles.
own urine.
It dissolves. This is what it says on it. It dissolves wrinkles.
I always piss in my feet in the shower.
What?
It's if you could sort your feet out, just piss in them.
I'm not doing that.
And when you're drinking your own piss, not the first bit or the last bit, the midstream.
You're not meant to drink your own in
No,
a
no, your
survival
own
suit.
piss
You're
is
meant to
fine.
have someone else's.
Who was that beautiful? Sarah
That's what my
Miles.
dentist told me.
Sarah Miles, the
Yeah.
actress.
Yeah.
She maintained her youth for a long time.
If you
Piss.
look on YouTube, you'll find
A
a
breath
lot of
wouldn't be so good.
no. You find a lot of channels where people are saying, "Here's the power of urine," and you think, "Oh, that was a strong one." You're like, and they all look
Would
ill.
you hold on though? Would you eat a dog shit for £1 million?
No,
I've asked a few people
No.
this. For £1 million, would you eat a dog
No.
shit? I would.
you would do it for 15
No,
quid.
no, I did. No, don't be. But would you not? Could you not force
No.
down a dog shit
No.
for £1 million?
No, no.
Okay.
Yeah, there's no consideration. I just no.
I would just. But you could swallow it just in the winner.
No, I can't even swallow pills.
Oh no, that's
I
fine.
can't. No.
But you'd gag it down for $1 million. I would eat it. Could we do a get back? Because
No,
I've got a bag of dog shit in the house. I've not got £1 million. But if anybody wants to, Chris Shadowins would just sit there like it was popcorn,
Yeah, he'd go.
Yeah.
Is there any seconds?
and he wouldn't even brush his teeth.
Oh, this is appropriate. Number 3, fecal facials. But it's not what you think.
Okay.
Started in Japan in the 1600s. It's bird shit mixed with powdered rice, and it cleans the skin.
Well, I know that the Vikings used to boil down piss till it was like a paste,
Right.
and it's the ammonia they put it in cuts and stuff.
Oh God, that sounds terrible.
Yeah.
Well, here's one that'll suit you. Semen scrub. Clears the skin, but more likely to cause irritation, and you'll smell like a haddock's armpit. But it does cause irritation. It's not a good thing to leave on your skin dry, which I think we can all attest to.
The what's the thing? It's the was it the foreskin stuff? How it Kate.
Yeah.
Kate
You just
Beckinsale.
hang little ones all over your face or something. I don't know
Where
how
was
it
she
works.
going
Do you
again?
blame it?
Out the back of like the
I don't
synagogues. I think they were.
I don't know. That's insane.
Yeah, it's wild.
Because that's the big industry in America, isn't
Stem
it?
cells.
Yeah, stem cells.
They say what they're going to do for stem cells is, rather than having to steal some poor people's stem cells,
Mhm.
which probably would happen, when you're born, they take your umbilical. That's got
Get your
stem
stem
cells
cells.
in it, and
Keep
you
them on
store
record.
that.
Oh,
You store
wonderful.
that, and then because medical treatment's going to be catered for individuals.
But then people will say, no, they've got me on record. Wah. And when
Well,
you need a
folk
new
lost
heart,
their mind about that
you know?
that alarm thing. Often everybody's phone. Folk are getting wild.
you can't do. It's like, okay, here's the thing.
Well, no, but why are these people? This is what gets in my tits.
Okay.
People are getting fucking infuriated at where they think we're being watched. There's fucking death rays in my lampposts. 5G's turning us all into women. Everything like that. Yet there's a fucking coronation of this fucking pretty thick German
But
dynasty.
you've said it.
And it's fine.
That's the answer.
It's not.
It's
not.
these things are encouraged.
Yeah.
Look, I
That's-
told you on my fucking YouTube channel.
Oh, you think
I got
conspiracies are encouraged?
Yeah, I got rid of
Okay.
everything that's anti-women and
Yeah.
all that. I got rid of it. Kept coming up, right-wing stuff.
Oh.
It's all gone. Week and a half later, starts appearing again.
Okay.
I don't look at that, but the same channels start getting recommended again over
Oh.
and over. They are sowing the seed of division.
Yeah.
That's
Then,
what it is.
well, people like to get angry. I listen
Yeah.
to a podcast called
It sells.
Be Reasonable, and I would
Okay.
recommend it. It's the
This is not something you do.
no, I'm not reasonable.
No.
But he gets people on who have wild beliefs.
Okay.
UFO people. I
Right.
like the UFO ones best and Bigfoot ones.
Okay.
But there's people that think you can cure cancer with crystals and stuff. But the whole thing is, he doesn't argue. He debate. He just has a debate, and he just speaks to them, and it's a very polite.
Right.
Because a lot of these people, the problem is, folk just try and shout them down,
Yeah.
and they get worse. But he had Phil Tufnell on, who's not Phil Tufnell, Matt Letizia. He's a football player,
Okay.
and he goes with his gut, and he just doesn't believe in anything really. He thinks it's all conspiracies everywhere. 15-minute cities. He prodded him a little bit to see who are these people who are who the Great Reset. He believes in all that.
Oh, right.
But he's like,
right.
who is the people behind the Great Reset? And he won't really say.
He won't really
But
say. You know where he's going.
He knows, but he doesn't say.
Yeah, you can't say, but you know what he's
But it's
thinking.
weird. But that's a man with a lot of money,
Piece of shit.
a very comfortable existence. But he's just.
Oh, you know what it is?
Uh-huh.
Fucking idle hands.
Yeah, well,
It's idle hands.
Most former football players spend all their money gambling because they're daft.
Yeah.
Michael Owen famously never watched a film in his life.
Yeah, you said
He's been a
that. How's that?
superstar since he's like 15, 16.
Never seen a film.
Never watched a film. There's a lot of people I know who's never read a book. They read a
Don't
book.
look at me.
No, but they'd read a book at school
Mm-hmm.
because they kind of had to.
Yeah.
They're left to their own devices. They don't really want to read a book. But he's never watched a film. Weird.
It's a
I
strange
suppose
one.
if I'd never watched a film in my life, I'd have a lot more time to have done
Do you know what's
stuff.
arriving tomorrow?
What?
Sandy Kidd. His book. The guy who invented the anti-gravity machine in
Oh
his
my God.
in his garage, a Dundee guy. I bought his book,
His son's book.
his book,
Oh.
and it's
When did Sandy pass?
He's still going.
You're kidding
He's
me.
like 90. I slavered there. I'm so excited. He's like
Is
90.
he still,
He's
in Dundee? Let's get him on the
He's-
show.
Oh, he's really elderly. And he's really old, and he's still all about anti-gravity, although he's wrong. It's a wasted
Why
life.
can we not get him on the show?
I'm not getting an old person in
Could
here.
go with him.
We could do that.
Reach out to him.
I'll see what happens.
He'd love a bit of attention.
a bit of attention, but he's super.
Let's have a
super
round
elderly.
table debate in Dundee.
He was 47 like in 84.
A
He's an old man.
round table debate.
Oh,
Sandy Kidd,
yeah.
Fast Eddie.
Oh, Jesus.
That guy that's got the dog that goes about the tune.
Oh,
And just debate. Just get
it's going
that's where things can happen.
we
You're speaking about
we need
change.
security.
You're speaking about changing the world.
Oh, no, that's
could change
even
the
the
world.
thought of that is so stressful. I couldn't be in their company. But so his book is Beyond 2001.
Tell me it's like that thick.
It's very thin,
Oh no.
and I think it's a hardback.
Okay.
I think it's a hardback. You can buy them new for £95, and I found one for a tenner. Not new, but I found one for a tenner. Not as easy to get. Got it. It's arriving tomorrow. I just got the notification just before you came in. I'm very excited. Because it's all angular momentum and stuff. It's not. It's very easy to dispel his experiment, but he stuck with it. And did you watch the? I put up on Twitter. I put the link to his Grampian television article about him, and his wife's going.
I avoid maniacs.
His wife goes, I've packed my bag several times, but I'm still here.
She'll have passed.
Oh my God,
She'll be dead.
She'll be dead. But she was so broken.
Did you go to your wife's funeral? No, I had an experiment to do.
Well, she says, when we were courting, my friends went to the dancing and the pictures, and we just went to the library to read books about spaceships, and it's just
You
from
know-
the day they met.
Came it was a boon time for the pathetic man. The First and Second World War.
Do you think so?
Well, it killed a lot of the men off.
Mm-hmm.
So poor women had to make do with Oh no. He wouldn't have looked twice at Brian for doing the road. Everyone else in the street died and they saw him, so the Brian, You'll do.
Brian that rides a bike without a chain. He's a fanny magnet now.
He's
He's
like,
got
fuck.
women
Fighting
knocking on his windy.
Incels, that's what incels need. They need, if the Third World War happened, all these basement dwelling virgins.
All the ones that didn't go to war,
Yeah.
they've got the fanny.
They're like that. Well,
But you have to watch it because this poor long-suffering woman, and
aren't all women long suffering?
They
There's
are,
a man in their life.
Sandy talks like this. He
Jesus.
goes, well, I still work in the oil industry, and of course I have to get up at 5 a.m. to go to Aberdeen on the train. Then he gets back at 8 at night, has his tea as quick as he can, then runs out to his shed in his overalls and works on this.
Did they have kids?
They had kids, had grandkids at this point in it. They have grandkids. It's fucking wild. It's wild. I think Michael Mara, who's our local folk singer, he done a song about him.
Okay.
He was. I have only discovered Sandy Kidd relatively. I saw him a
Okay.
while ago and didn't really pick up on who he was. But
It's like
I'm kind of into it.
It's
I'm
like Jimmy
really
Shan, because he's done his greatest hero, Jimmy Shan.
Someone, yeah, but this is our
But this is
inventor.
a science version of Jimmy
Because
Shan.
the funny thing is, there's other documentaries and they'll go like that. Yeah, we'll watch this. So we'll take the machine, we'll weigh the 2 strings, we can check its weight. If we
Yeah.
cut one string, it still has angular momentum where it looks like it's floating,
Aye.
but we'll check its weight. Doesn't change its weight. He says, so it's just a myth. And that was it. And I went, oh, keep the lie going.
Yeah, it's like when I went.
Let's be anti-science because it's fun.
It's like when I went to the Loch Ness Visitor Centre. They were saying that the Loch Ness monster wasn't real, and I thought, are you mad?
Who's
It's
it?
like going to
What?
Disneyland and them saying Mickey Mouse isn't real.
The fucking
This is
maniacs.
a guy in a suit.
You know what they should be doing?
That should have lent into
They
it.
should have some sort of device out in the
Yeah.
water.
Periodically,
And it just
a
comes up and
klaxon
goes down.
off.
Yeah.
Periodically, a klaxon.
And kids will go, I swear to God.
yeah,
I was in, like, they're from New York, and they said, when I was 10, I was taken on a holiday, and I fucking saw it.
everyone has got phones with cameras now, and there's no monster
No,
photographs.
there's always just a row of ducks or
It's
something, and people
nothing.
go, look, there it
They
is.
say it's a sturgeon. Nicola Sturgeon. She could maybe be floating about.
Sturgeon are huge, but
Yeah.
no, it's. I used to see Nessie practically every day I went
Yeah.
surfing,
Yeah.
and what you would see when you look out
Oh.
towards the sea, you get the little sort of heat haze effect.
Yeah. Yeah.
And if a cormorant is maybe
Uh,
60, 70 feet away from you, you'd see its head come out
Yeah,
huge,
yeah.
and you'd see all these bumps behind it in the
Yeah.
water because
This-
it's cut it in half.
Light
Just
fucks
a-
and plays with you.
you'd
Messes
see it
with
every
you.
day and then
Scales difficult on
You
water.
see them flying away,
Yeah.
and we see boats
I'd
floating in
love-
the air.
Yeah, there's clearly not a Nessie, but it's a lovely thing. It's
Keep
lovely.
it going.
Keep
Lean
it going
into it.
forever. Yeah.
Nessie's real.
Yeah. But is it any less real than is a fictional character? Is Sherlock Holmes not as real as Boris Johnson?
You can go and visit. Well, which one's going to have more of an impact on history?
Yeah, it's a person. What makes a person?
Now this is I agree
A
with
dead.
this.
Once they're dead,
Right,
and everybody that knew them's gone. Everyone
makes
just
them?
become a fiction, don't they?
that's it.
Yeah.
So, well, we have historical figures that people are now thinking, well, I don't think they really existed,
Aye.
and the more it looks into it, there's
There'll
lots
come
of
a
things.
time when if I eventually if you were the oldest man at your work, somebody'd say, God, you're like Hitler. And they said, who's Hitler? That would be a scary one. It'll happen eventually.
But the girl I was living with in the States that never heard of Hitler.
No, that's a funny one.
Never heard of Hitler.
Well, Rudolph Valentino was the most famous man on earth. When he died, there was
Nobody
just like,
knows.
nobody knows. Charlie Chaplin's
Nobody
largely
knows.
forgotten.
Yeah.
All these people you think are going to
I mentioned, we're talking about comedy to someone, and I said, one of the best comedic films ever made is Way Out West, Laurel and Hardy. It's just a work
Lauren
of...
Hardy is still.
It's
genius.
all. There's a lot of films they did were shit. They
it's
were
all-
made in an afternoon.
It's all on YouTube, and some of them.
Way
The
Out
one when they're
West.
putting they're doing a job on the roof of the house.
Oh, it's great.
Oh, the
But
one
Way-
with the boat's good.
Way Out West
Right.
is surreal.
Yeah.
They're in a car. They drive over a little burn, a wee river,
Yeah.
and then they're in the Old West.
Yeah.
There's just
Yeah.
madness, and
Yeah.
I love it,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
it's
yeah.
funny, and
Yeah.
it's slick and everything.
Just
So in this
skinny
conversation,
guy, fat guy, it just works.
someone stopped me
Uh-huh.
and went, "You keep saying Lauren who?"
Oh.
And I went, "Laurel and Hardy." And they went, "Laurel, what? Is that someone's name?" They couldn't, there was not even a concept of the
Oh.
words I was saying.
Oh my God.
Because what is Laurel? We know Laurel,
Uh-huh.
but a younger person, what's Laurel? Is that a name? Is that a place?
Laurel, yeah.
There was no concept. And that was
You
only
could see Lauren
3-4
Hardy
years
'cause
ago.
there's a model of them in that wifey's Windy. Getting her. Who was that? Not Sheila's. Getting her at the place in the Keeler Centre. She's
Oh,
just got
yeah,
giant
yeah.
Betty Boop figures.
She's got junk, but it's big. She sells
I've
junk,
never
but
been to
big.
somebody's house. I'd love to go in the house.
And there's a
in their
giant Betty
living
boob.
room.
A big plastic.
Well, fucking. There's a guy I worked with. I saw-
400 quid that.
There's a guy I worked with. I won't say his name, but I saw a photograph of his living room, and in the corner of the room, he had these street urchins leaning against the wall like that,
Wait, what?
like they
Yeah.
look like real people, but they're like that, like children, like leaning against the wall. It's fucking terrible.
That's horrific.
Yeah.
Anyway, number 5,
I
snake massage. Very popular in Russia and Brazil.
put snakes on you.
Tons of heavy snakes. They just let them go all over you, and it
You ever
makes
had
you
the
younger.
hot stone one where they put the basalt stones?
No, that's ridiculous.
How's that get work?
How's it
A
gonna
massage is get work. I've had a when I did my back and I got a sports massage, a woman, I think she came over in a Soviet vessel at some time.
rough,
Strong. man.
strong, Jesus.
But after it, I felt good, mate.
Did you?
Made me a little bit lightheaded. She just released stuff. She
Oh,
said a lot
I'm
of the
sure she
toxins
did.
will bubble to the surface. Be careful.
A lot of the toxins,
don't-
right? Enough of them.
Don't drive home.
There's no such thing
I
as
says-
detoxifying.
I says, is there a happy ending?
No, I'm
She
sure
gave me
you
a black
did.
pudding sandwich.
Is that what they call it? That's what they call it up north. Number 6,
Uh-huh.
a 24-carat gold facial.
Oh, yeah, it's nubs. You get-
£600 for a 90-minute treatment, and it makes cellulite disappear. But it was just on you. Do you get cellulite on your face? I don't
Probably.
think you do.
It's like you go get the world's most expensive burger, and it's got like
Gold,
Gold,
yeah, it's stupid.
fuck off, just fuck
Stupid.
off.
Hate
It's
that.
like anything they would do in Dubai.
Anything that happens in Dubai,
Just
stupid.
ignore anything they do.
Stupid.
That big building they're in doesn't have
Stupid.
flushing toilets. They collect it and they put all the shit in the desert.
Every road doesn't connect to anything
Yeah, it's
around it.
madness. It's
You
a-
have to travel up to 4 miles
Yeah.
to get back
It's
again.
it's
It's a fake city.
it's a fake city. It's like Forfar.
Fake. Doesn't exist.
Doesn't exist.
It's all just cardboard cutouts in
Just
Forfar.
off state like
Number 7,
Aha.
cat litter face mask.
Oh, for the love of fuck. Fuck
But the
off.
problem is, some litters contain aluminium silicate, which is found in fiberglass insulation, and people are rubbing it in their
Oh
face.
Jesus.
Not good. Okay, I would avoid that one. This is another one that you can get right now. Listen to this. Just the title of it.
Is it the wee fish? The nibble?
Mercury scrub.
Oh, for fuck's sake. Where did
Side
they do
effects.
Death.
Hands and feet numbness, depression, loss of memory, death, and glowing skin.
Jesus Christ.
Loss of memory. And you're rubbing this on your arms or something. It's ridiculous. Now, the next one, a fire facial. They cover you in like a cloth, petrol on it, set it on fire, and then take it off. And they go, "How are you?" And you go, "I feel like I'm ready for the wedding."
Yeah. I've always wanted to go into one of those mud baths. Can you see them in the
Oh, I
Yeah,
know.
the
I'd be
mud.
on the
I love
idea that.
love the mud. I'm like a
idea.
pig, essentially.
Everyone I know has been to Iceland
Uh-huh.
because they're flying to America, so they take that there. Because if you're flying and you're stopping off there, you get a free ticket to the Blue Lagoon, whatever it's called, or
Okay.
whatever it's called now. I think it's changed its name,
Mhm.
and it's just the hot water runoff from the power plant. But they get all the mud and they do it. But everyone's feet's been in that, and it's just dead skin.
Okay.
And everyone, they've got pictures of them covered in mud, and I'm like, I
Remember,
wouldn't-
you see folk at tea in the park covered in mud and that. It's all
it's full of piss and shit.
that fucking what was it? The festival in America, the famous one,
Oh, Woodstock.
and they did one in the 90s.
Oh,
They're all
yeah.
covered in mud. It was just,
It was just
shite.
shit.
It was shit.
It was shit that was in it. People just shiting and
Remember
going,
when this
"Ooh."
place floods, the shite it's in the
Oh
water.
God, I've seen
I
a
thought it was a
solid
goldfish. It wasn't.
Jobby just go bloop out
Bloop.
of
And the pirate of Penzance was just wading through it in his
lying in it.
pants, drinking it
Number
with a
10.
straw. One of those cuddly wuddly straws in his hat.
It goes around like glasses. Brown.
Elton John
Oh,
stuff.
I'm watching it getting closer and closer.
Cleansing. He does look very young.
Oh, number 10.
Right.
And this is the last one because beyond this,
Yeah, no, this is
beyond this, they get stupid. Injecting snake venom. Side effects:
Aye.
extreme pain, heart failure, death, and a fresh complexion.
Is there not?
Ridiculous.
There are some. Do they not think venom has some cancer, tumour reducing possibilities?
Right, okay.
Because it is a bit of a miraculous substance.
Yeah, but you don't want to inject it.
No,
into
you don't. You don't.
It's like I saw it was on the Really Wild show years ago, and they showed you how venom worked. And the guy put his own blood in a wee sort of petri
Aye.
dish. He added a drop and just shook it. It just turns to jelly.
yeah. Just
You
lick-
solidify.
yeah.
What
I
a
think there's-
horrific
there's
way.
different kinds of venom.
Oh,
But yeah.
because I don't know what I thought happened. Like in an invisible way, it just stopped you
Necrosis,
working.
yeah.
No, it just turns you to jelly.
Well, it needs to stop a mouse. Kill it instantly so they can eat it.
Just
It's a
crazy.
person. It's not really wanting to
They've evolved
It's wild.
a serum that can be injected through extremely
Well, no,
sharp,
but it's
hollow
not-
teeth.
But it's not just snakes. It's a platypus is venomous.
Right,
But
but they never invented a hammer.
Yeah,
Whack.
I know. They didn't have arms.
I think it's Robin Hood,
The
Disney Robin Hood, the cartoon.
okay.
There's a snake folding its arms on that. It's sitting like this at a fence.
The fucking snake bite. Well, I've told you this before.
Scary,
I was
man.
out doing a bit of topiary in my garden.
Mm-hmm.
I was cutting a bush, the loppers, and I felt a stabbing pain in my thigh, and it was a bumblebee.
Right,
And
they
the
hurt.
bumblebee
Mhm.
stung me straight through my jeans,
Mm-hmm.
and to this day there's a numb bit in my leg. So that's a fucking bumblebee, and I was like, "Aya!"
A bee sting
So
hurts
imagine
like
a
fuck.
rattlesnake
Yeah.
bite. I've been bitten in the hand by a house spider,
It hurts.
and it's sore.
Yeah, it
There
hurts.
you
I've
go.
had that. They always go for here.
Yeah.
I don't know why, but
These
I got nailed
snakes-
right there.
Snakes do not want to bite you because venoms. It takes a lot of energy to produce, so they're very like greedy with it. So they'll try and get away from you before you get bitten. The real
Where I was staying in the
see those
States,
king cobras when they rear up and shit.
Oh,
Fucking hell!
hammers. The house I was at got a letter warning them they had to cut their grass
Uh-huh.
because the grass wasn't allowed to be long. And I went, God, that's a bit strict. No, it's to keep cottonmouths and copperheads away.
Yeah,
And I went, I was just walking through that fucking grass.
but a lot of
Didn't
people,
leave the house
a lot
again.
of people like they eradicate all the snakes in their area, but then the vermin. Snakes keep down the rats and mice. They're a very useful animal.
The wonderful thing about America, and it's really wonderful, the wildlife is fucking
Yeah,
everywhere.
well, you find an alligator in your swimming pool.
It's everywhere. I'm in the middle of a city and the squirrels were huge and angry and
Yeah.
would rip the
Yeah.
tiles up. Then raccoons
Yeah.
and snakes and
Snakes are incredible animals.
you'd see deer all
I'd
the
pet
time.
snakes when I was a kid, and they're just
Amazing.
the most beautiful animals. It's lovely, and the feel of a snake, it's just
Oh, they're
this
nice,
cool
yeah.
smoothness. They're beautiful things. Yeah, I'd love it. We live in a country. I've seen snakes in the wild, seen grass snakes before, and slow worms and things. But it's not something. Yeah,
It's not common. We
lift a
don't
bit
get-
of corrugated iron, and you'll maybe find stuff in this country.
It's hard to see things. Although wildlife's getting better now. in the last few years, we're getting a lot more different kinds of birds and things are.
I've got
yeah.
jays in my garden this morning.
Isn't it crazy that 10 years ago I had never seen a magpie here, and now
no.
you can't move for them.
Magpies were only in the south.
Yeah,
The first time I saw a magpie was when I went to Glasgow as a student.
that's it.
They were no further north than Glasgow. Now they're in fucking...
2010.
Dundee's hoaching with them.
I went to Edinburgh and I was sitting in the car waiting
Yeah.
on my girlfriend, and couldn't believe these birds were running up and down the street.
Animal.
Amazing! I couldn't stop looking at them. I was
Yeah.
taking pictures of
Yeah.
them.
Thought it was-
Never seen them.
Yeah.
Now they're
Oh,
in my
you
garden.
hear
They're
them
across
all
the
time.
street.
Yeah,
Yeah, they're
wonderful. animal.
everywhere. It's
They-
incredible.
But if you think a magpie is beautiful, look at a jay.
Oh, they're gorgeous.
It
yeah.
looks- I was walking from down through a park, and I see this idiot Dundee couple looking into a tree. And when you look up, I was going to look up. It says, "What is it?" It says, "Oh, it's an escaped parrot."
Yeah.
And I looked up. It says, "No, it's a jay."
And Jay.
No, it's a parrot. I says, "No, it's a jay." No, we don't have animals like that in this country. It's a parrot. I fucking walked on. They're phoning. They were trying to get the RSPB. The parrot in the field. Yeah, you fucking idiots.
I've seen parrots. People
Oh,
let them out. And
I
they go
was in-
flying around.
I was in Barcelona.
Mm-hmm.
Boiling hot.
As it always is.
Boiling hot.
Although
Love-
I
love
was there in a blizzard.
Love Barcelona. Love Barcelona.
Yeah.
Love
I like it.
Barcelona.
I love it.
Love it.
Yeah.
Great city. And they went under this big tree, big kind of umbrella shaped tree out
Mhm.
of the sun. Standing there, mind what was this? Doomph, doomph, doomph. Like, what the fuck? And it was parrots throwing stuff at me.
Yeah.
They're getting sticks and fucking chucking them down. At me.
Wonderful.
I just wonder what me to be there.
Yeah. Absolutely wonderful.
That's incredible.
It's,
But they're down in England, but they're having an impact because they're eating a lot of the fruit trees. They're eating people's crops, so they've become like an invasive pest species.
oh, right.
Because they're smart.
Barcelona,
Mm.
the airport, El Prat.
Yeah.
And then just below that, there used to be a campsite that I'd go to.
Okay.
And then you're right on the water.
Oh,
And I remember going in swimming.
Aye.
There's little tiny fish everywhere, big fish with these, I like that.
Aye.
And I come out and I'm like, oh, this is wonderful. And then the speedboat comes up telling everyone, get out of the water, get out of the water. There's a shark,
uh-huh.
right? And then they went, no, it's a mistake. It's not. I've never seen more. It was this sense of nobody moving. There was a stillness because no one was going to walk towards that water again.
First person.
And everyone just was waiting for who's going to go. And then these kids just ran in, and
Right.
then slew people went. But there was just stillness going,
I
you know
remem-
what? I didn't
remember-
realise there was
I was
sharks.
sitting, yeah, we down to the river, and there was this old guy, and he was eating his bread, and he was throwing little bits of bread in the water, and it was just shoals of little fish.
Mm-hmm.
Lovely. Wonderful city.
I love Barcelona. It's been
Yeah.
a long time since I've been.
It's been about 15 years. I have a horrible
Long
feeling you
time.
go back and it's been tarted up a bit. But
Well,
I don't think so.
Where I went, I was telling you, I've said this story before, but we repeat ourselves constantly, so I'm going to say it again.
New listeners.
New
It's a
listeners.
new experience.
There was the old bull ring,
Uh-huh.
and there was homeless people living in it,
Mhm.
and I went in and walked all the way around it, and it was
Yeah.
a bit dangerous because there was a lot of junkies.
Yeah.
Beautiful, but now it's a shopping centre.
Right, okay.
And it's got a big
There is
lift
a
on the
lot of
outside.
homeless folk in Barcelona. A lot of
Lots.
Scottish guys.
A lot of Scottish guys. They went for a holiday, went, the weather's
Never
great.
came back. Went to see went to see Celtic playing like 30
Just
years
never
ago.
came back.
Never came back.
The sad thing was, I can't remember, was it Gozo, something like that, the campsite I was
Right.
at, I can't remember. And there was some big football match,
Mhm.
and it was British supporters went and fucking tore it to the ground,
Oh,
just
dear.
ruined everything. And it was like,
Oh,
I don't think they're very
unfortunate.
keen on you if you had a British
Unfortunate.
passport after that and you were wanting a place to stay.
But then saying that, I was sitting in the Place de Real, and there was a Dutch fans,
Mm-hmm.
and you thought the Dutch were easy going, but they're behaving like cunts
Right.
because they had their flags out. They'd put flags out over the courtyard,
Yeah.
and there was people trying to like just walk to their work and stuff, and the
Mhm.
Dutch were like, "Yeah, the flag."
Oh.
You're like, "Fuck, don't be." You forget. Fucking the Dutch were some fighters back in the day. They'd quite the empire. They came up the Thames and bombarded London and shit.
Crazy. People
Yeah.
are just mental. The one thing I liked about Barcelona,
Food
when I was staying at the
so cheap.
no, people came from all over,
Yeah,
and they rode their mopeds
yeah, okay,
from Norway
okay.
to there. There was a whole group of guys that were all probably 20, all
Yeah.
in their mopeds, and they came
Yeah.
all the way from like London to
Some
Barcelona.
of the best,
and it's great.
some of the best street performers I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah,
Yeah, people doing wild stuff. Just like there was a guy with one leg doing acrobatics. No
Mental.
arms.
I
No
like.
arms and one leg.
You'd been past this. Were you anywhere near the train station, the main train station? In
Yes.
the bus, right. Just down from it, there's
The greater
big
expanse
park.
of Barcelona is a bit crap, though.
It's
But I
just
like-
suburban,
yeah,
but like the
yeah,
Gothic. And,
yeah, yeah.
So, because you're right beside that, where you come in the
Yeah,
bus
yeah,
stops and
yeah.
the train, you're right at all the Gothic quarter and that. And down from it, there's a park with a big modern sort of, it looks like a 10-pin bowl and skittle
Okay.
statue thing. And all the old guys are playing bowls in
Oh, yeah.
there. And I watched them and I thought, this is delightful. And they're having a wee drink and they're playing it. And then I noticed someone went, oh, wait a minute. And they're like that. And then the old guys are trying to they're like fucking chub each other. And then other old guys run in, they're holding them. But it turns out it's like two families of old people that would play. And a fucking war breaks out. But I say a war, it's just sort of running over and punching each other in the shoulder.
I
It was amazing.
I saw one day I was there and walking about, and there was like an old. This was back in the day. It was electric vehicles. But
Right,
all of them
okay.
had broken down.
Right, okay.
And then another day there was another. I was walking, and I heard a little commotion. I looked around, and here's this beautiful naked woman.
Uh-huh.
And I'm like, what the fuck? And then there was loads of young, beautiful naked people just wandering about. Nudist.
Knew this bit.
Nudist.
Knew this.
Just in the middle of the town. Let's be free. It's good. Some of the pubs are wonderful. Went to a boozer, Bar USA, to be long gone now. And the measures, I smoked at the time, and fags were like fucking fuck all. And the measures for a drink, there was none of this measures. It was all hand pours.
Yeah.
And the guy's DJing, and I'm like, that guy's a very familiar face. He was from Inverurie, and he'd been in. When I was a cub, there was swimming galas, and he was in the rivals. I
That's
remember.
funny because that's what happened to me.
It's full of Scottish people.
Got there, went, oh, fucking hell.
Yeah.
Right, that was a journey. Get washed up. So I was talking to someone, guy next to me goes, where are you from? I went, Britain. I went, no, where are you from? I went, Scotland. I went, oh, where are you from? I went, Dundee. He goes, no, where are you from? I went, Lochee. And he went, Blackness. The first person I spoke
Oh.
to,
That's depressing.
the first person I spoke to in Barcelona was from 2 minutes from my house.
I remember Rotterdam, Amsterdam it was, landing airport. Is it Schiphol? Is that in
Schiphol, yeah.
Schiphol?
Big fucking airport, man.
Come along.
Holy shit.
Clean. I love Holland. Holland's really cool. And the first begging person comes up, Scottish guy. Second one, Scottish guy. Third one,
It's always...
another Scottish guy. Went to have a joint in like a cafe place run by Scottish people. I was like, oh, for fuck's sake. Kid. Oh,
I put that there yesterday. That was it. I
Had
was
your
looking. I was reading.
I bet you were.
I was reading Secrets of Ninja. I was
What
enjoying
pages?
it.
Oh, I noticed some of the pages are stuck together.
Yeah. there was
Why?
some good
Why?
ones.
Why is there a stain on this picture? Of
Obvious
two men
reasons.
battling?
Obvious reasons, man. Ninja.
Why?
Ninja stuff.
Why is that? Appears to be jizz on a picture of a man hiding under the stairs.
How did you know he was under the stairs? How can you see him?
It's
Amazing.
unbelievable. Unbelievable.
But yeah, that's the secrets of youth. I think I may have changed
It's
the world.
utterly, there's nothing much you can do about it. By the time seemingly they say the thing about Botox, you've got to get that shit done before you get wrinkles in the first place.
It's pointless then.
So,
yeah.
but they say that's the thing about Beckham. Beckham started getting Botox in his like early 30s.
Oh, that's ridiculous.
So that fucker's been getting that done. Because it's like if you see Gordon Ramsay, he's had filler.
Yeah,
But
it
his
looks
face
weird.
becomes like, it's like a stacked pork chops. You know what I mean? The
Yeah.
sections of,
It's so strange. Just get
Carapace.
old.
Just
It's
get
okay.
old.
It's fine.
there's nothing wrong with getting old.
People say, "Oh, you aren't attractive."
Kind of secret
It's
of being
not
old.
true.
This is my secret of, not for me, but old people come into my work. I deal with a lot of old people all the
Mhm.
time. And the beautiful old folk are the folk that just dress a bit colourful. You know, but you know what I mean? The smile.
Yeah.
You've got
I
to
smile.
be a happy old person.
I do smile.
Men in particular, there's nothing worse.
I do.
And a
You're
sewer
describing
face.
yourself. You wear
Yeah.
camouflage.
I don't
No,
know.
you wear urban camouflage. You look like a tree.
Oh,
You wear green
mhm.
and you look like a tree, and then you come in and you go like that. See that fucking cunt? You should come in and go, see that lovely person?
I've just had a wonderful
Yeah.
experience. I was speaking to a substance abuser on the street. Stephen was a wonderful man. He's had
Salt of the
some-
earth.
Salt of the earth. He did the best thing. He abandoned all his children, but it was the right thing to do.
I was somewhere recently, and someone asked where I was from. I says Dundee, and someone went, "Oh, great people, salt of the earth," and I felt like stabbing them.
Oh.
Fuck you,
Salt of the earth.
salt of the earth. I'm shit.
Devil's dandruff, man.
Holy shit, ladies and gentlemen, that was
Yeah,
the fountain
Get yourself a
of
snake.
youth.
The contents of a colostomy bag, some cat litter, some diamond dust, and just go to town. Just
I'm going to go over it one more time because I think it's important.
Scrape your face right off.
Snickers, 10 cigarettes, 2 cigars, chew 47 times. That's breakfast. Lunch, start on the whiskey, 20 cigarettes, 2 cigars only. Restrict yourself. Dinner, more whiskey, 20 cigarettes, 4 cigars. Supper, even more whiskey, 20 cigarettes, 4 cigars. No colourful packets. Don't lend money and learn to hate your
I was
family.
speaking to Sleazy Tam the other day.
Oh,
He was tickled pink about the rectal use only. Funny that, isn't it?
funny that.
I think he's wanting a T-shirt with it on it. But both sides on the back, kind of like a tour.
Oh,
ACDC, kind
Oh.
of tour dates, but just
rectal use only.
There's a
Oh,
guy you know in Dundee. He had made in Scotland above his arse cheeks.
Oh, there's all. You know what? I am from a generation. We both are. That was very common. You'd get what was locally funny. You wouldn't get a meme. You wouldn't get something
Yeah.
that would be internationally recognised. Your mates will find it funny.
Oh God,
And
that's
it's
a
like-
long time to enjoy that.
It's not good.
So, what day is this? This is Tuesday. So I've got one more
When's it-
before the coronation.
Well, there's an open day in this building on Saturday and
Oh,
Sunday
wow.
during the coronation, so no one's going to turn up. 'Cause they'll be
it
watching
is,
it on
you're
telly.
right.
They'll be watching it on telly.
Why have they done that?
Because they're fucking stupid here.
I never realised.
I
You're
shout,
right.
I shout really loud, "You're all fucking stupid," and they just go, "It's Derek," and they don't take me seriously.
Yeah, I
mean
never
it.
realised. I didn't put two and two together. I'm working, so I'm not doing it.
That's why I didn't go to the meeting because I went, I'm going to tell them they're fucking stupid.
Yeah.
So everyone asked me not to go and cause trouble, but it turns out you were there anyway.
I just stood there for a small time and then left.
Just got bored.
It got a little bit into the weeds for an open day of art.
Just
They
open it.
didn't really speak about art much. It was all just the dynamics. And there's
Oh.
going to be coffee and cake, and I'm like, fucking hell. I'm
No
a
one-
greedy bastard.
No one's going to be here.
No, it's not. Nobody's.
No one's going to be here. I'll be here
Mhm.
because we're
You'll
opening
be
next door, selling our wares.
Oh, God.
But I said it for Susan. I said I'd be here. Can't leave it to her on her own.
Oh, can you imagine? Should you imagine?
Do you want to know something about Susan? I'm going to
Uh-huh.
tell you something. When we're away to sales, like the
Uh-huh.
Bowhouse or something, she charms everybody.
Is she charming?
Everybody likes her.
Oh, what happened?
It's I don't know what it
Did
is.
she get an injection
I
before?
don't
she
know what
got-
happens, but
'cause
everyone likes
The
her.
only reason I speak to her because she's got sweeties.
It's very strange.
Oh, well,
I just go. I give our good friend Jo. I give her a load of abuse that runs it,
yeah.
and then I just talk to everyone. I when I first went, I was so stressed because I don't like
No,
the
no, you
public,
don't.
and I
And
didn't
they
like-
don't like you.
They don't like me, but I really got on.
Uh-huh.
And now we're there not this weekend, weekend after,
Okay.
and I quite enjoy it.
Okay.
I stand there all day just blethering to people.
Oh, well.
The Bowhouse in Fife, it's a day where you can buy food and
I don't buy
it's-
food. I
it's-
get
it's at St. Monans.
You can get a lot of free food.
So if any of the local weirdos that know us, pop along. You'll see me, and it's a lovely day out. Toilets are clean as anything, and that's even after I've used
Get there
them.
before 12, though, for the toilets.
No, it's
So when Susan
all
goes,
day when Susan goes. Oh, you hear it. So no,
like a thunderclap.
I'm doing an advert.
Right.
So for the Bowhouse, little
Oh.
farm just outside St. Monans, it's a lovely day. You get some food.
It's what it is it's farmers. They've diversified.
They've diversified, and the guy that runs it's fucking
Right.
lovely. Everyone's really nice.
Yeah.
It's a really nice
Yeah,
day.
Okay.
Lots of stuff to buy, craft stuff,
Uh-huh.
our aprons.
Puppets.
There's all sorts of things.
Puppets.
The woman that made the puppets,
I know. She was wild.
wonderful.
Wild.
It's crazy, but she made these amazing weird
Gelfling.
things.
So like Gelfling
Yeah.
pup.
Well, my girlfriend's got one.
Okay, I bet
She
does.
got no. She
It
got a
reminds
present
her
of
of
it.
you.
It's got
looks
it's got the
similar.
same
Yeah,
build.
it's the same build.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Enjoy your day. Get your-
live long and prosper.
Start making your cupcakes for the weekend.
Oh, I'm kind of getting
I
angry
do like
about it.
coronation chicken. The Queen
That's-
was around for a long time, and the one thing I can say is I like coronation chicken. Everything else, nah. But the coronation chicken baguette is lovely.
Profound.
Profound.
Laters.
Ta-da, ta-da.